Good afternoon, Speed Gaming, and welcome to some more Link to the Past Randomizer League with some more Retrans action. Today we have, we got Humbug, we got Maximum Bartage, they were discussing whether they'd ever played before, and then, we got this guy named Relkin, this other guy named Maniacal, who just happened to be at SG Live last weekend. My name is Tracy, and with me today is Ninjembro. How you doing, Ninjembro?
I'm doing great and really excited to call this match, even though 4 screens is already a little daunting considering the mode, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I was completely lost yesterday. I was telling you before. So, chat, you might have to help us out on occasion. But yeah, in all seriousness, Relkin, having just won SG Live last weekend, beat Maniacal in the semifinals. So, a kind of sort of rematch with these other guys, on the bottom of the screens. Actually, they even matched it up on the screens properly. So, we got Maniacal versus Relkin on top. We got Humbug versus Bartage on the bottom. Should be some good racing.
Yeah, it looks like we're off. We already got... Oh, no, we have...
Cross
The
purposes.
cross. We do have Master Sword right there in Sanctuary, though.
Yeah,
So
that's
nice
right,
thing to
because we
find right
start
off
with,
the
I saw that looks like a Master Sword. Oh, wait, we start with the sword. It's not a good thing to forget when you're playing this mode.
And a pretty good location for Sanctuary and a bomb on the Tier 1 tree pole, which is really nice. It's like Maniacal and Humbug both going for that...
Yeah,
what do you call that? Yeah,
let's do fake flipper into one check into
Houlihan.
Houlihan. And, Houlihan's a little more valuable in Retrans because of all the money you're spending on keys and on your arrows.
Yeah, and we find Hookshot in Pyramid Fairy, which is just there at the chess game at the back of
and we got
the Lost Woods.
We got a hammer at the back of Escape. Relkin having found some bombs that Barnage did not. So.
Yeah, and it also looked like the bush crabs were also bombs, so we're not going to be hurting for bombs at all.
That's really nice because you already have to buy keys potentially. You already have to pay for your arrows definitely. Having to then pay for bombs more than you want to, not ideal.
Looks like Barnage is going to save and quit now, while Humbug is doing that Houlihan.
Relkin finding that hook shot as well.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are going to have their hook shot and hammer pretty quickly.
Hook shot and hammer early is really nice. I mean, boots. Everyone wants boots early, but that hook shot really does a lot for you. It gives you more access to the mountain once you get up there. If you have hammer and hook shot, it means once you find Ganon's tower, you can get over to the left hand side. So there's a lot of good utility. You don't have to. You get that if you find hook shot cave, you can do hook shot cave, and you don't have to worry about hover as your opponent. Although I know for a fact that these top 2 runners, Relkin and Maniacal, can both hover. Maniacal's, and you might have seen Maniacal working on the Mario hack earlier. Thoroughly confusing one of our trackers, Linkforce. Shout out to Linkforce at IQ. Not only doing the tracking tonight, but they were tracking for us all weekend over at SG Live as well. So
yep.
We have to kick out Ninjembro and Humbug and Barnage, and that'll be the SG Live group. To be fair, we did meet Ninjembro. Did stop by for just a little bit. We did get to meet him. That was all good.
Like Barnage is in Dark Cross here, well, heading to Dark Cross, but
I see dark. Let's see, we have a map in the Thieves' Hideout over at, I think that was at the castle. Yep. So that's a map that, I don't think you picked that up. It might give you enough knowledge. It could also be, honestly, it could just be the map to like Hyrule Castle or to GT, so it'd be a pretty long way to go out of your way just for a potentially useless map.
Yep. And we did see that, what is it? The Lumberjack is at its vanilla location with absolutely nothing, so fortunately not going to have to worry about AGA 1 unless somehow this is just an AGA 1 required scene.
I mean, it's pretty. I think the only way that could happen is if you had it is possible for a cross entrance mode to require AGA 1 logically to get to the west part of the Dark World, but usually there's ways to sequence break around that, so you're not going to likely see the runners do that.
Very unlikely, and we do see vanilla 5/6 crystals at Ice and Mire.
Yeah, and a nice early bomb. It's actually not even a bad spot for the bomb guy if you have to turn the big bomb in. Barnage finding Thieves Town.
Yeah, I didn't quite see where that was.
I didn't either. But nice quick
And
4 checks, you know.
yep, and Maniacal in Paradox Cave, which I believe was in CAC. A really nice 7 checks here. I'm guessing Humbug found that as well, but just didn't follow through. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, he might want to do it all at once and be able to do the entrances at the same time because, you know, it's 7 items, but it's also 3 entrances and exits. Probably don't want to do that bottom exit because without the mirror, you can't get back. It's actually not even in logic to go in that way and get your things. But if you have the mirror, you can just block delete.
Right. And there's a book.
Early book? If you're gonna get the book, get it early.
Yep. Just
It's a
makes
terrible
getting
late
over to
item.
desert, you know, a little cleaner. You know, we'd like to have a glove too to be able to get that glove check on the way there as well.
Yeah, if I'm gonna get the book, I want to get it nice and early. I hate late book is just the worst thing. I'm happy just never see it. Looks like I don't think Barnes got anything out of that thief. Oh, we got boots. Never mind. I think there was their boots, and I think Maniacal is probably gonna give up this bunny walking pretty soon. Maybe do just a couple quick checks up here in
Yeah.
Dark World.
Yeah, I
But
think.
yeah, I imagine he'd beeline those boots pretty quickly. Yeah, he's just gonna get that. That's a hint cave. That we don't have hints, so it's a pretty meaningless cave.
Yep. And I was a little surprised that Maniacal went through the that lower entrance first. I don't think he had gone through the other one, but
Yeah.
it's pretty quick to get back to Sank with the location of or get back to CAC with that location of Sanctuary. So, especially with these boots, so not really gonna harm his routing too much.
And we also found Eastern. I see on Barnage's side.
And we also found Swamp Palace right by the the lake.
And Humbug and Dagook, some really quick bunny walking. Yeah, there's the other exit. Can't really. I guess he's gonna do the other exit. That is one of my favorite bunny sprites, by the way. The Yoshi egg. Big fan of the Yoshi egg.
There is a big key to Misery Mire.
We need that big key. We already know that. We already know that's a red crystal.
Yep. And that's right outside the Eastern Palace area there.
Yeah, and, you know, Eastern Palace early is one of those very divisive checks. A lot of people will just leave immediately. Barna's just gonna go ahead and check it out. Is risking a triple dip here because big key. You know, he doesn't have the big key or the bow.
I think with in co-op entrance,
I think it's a better play in co-op.
It's a way better play. And I feel like that philosophy about skipping Eastern is generally if it's early.
Yep.
I think if you find it like a little bit later, even if you don't have the big key or the bow, a lot of runners are more likely to do it. But when you still have like a zillion entrances to check, I think that's when a lot of people tend to not go do it.
Yeah, I agree. And of course, I mean, this is still pretty early, but again, it's co-op, so I think that makes a difference.
Maniacal just finding Mimic Cave, but not doing it.
I think he has the hammer. It's lit up on the tracker.
Yeah, definitely does.
Yeah, that seems odd. Unless I don't think Barnage did it earlier. Unfortunately, the well behind gloves, which is better than the well behind either Aga. So eventually we'll be able to do that check. Okay, one last item for Barnage here in Eastern, the one out of logic location. Just 20 rupees.
20 bucks.
Yeah, won't be no lamp for that to be in logic. He's gonna save and quit. Let's see where he goes. Also of note, we got, you know, it's early on, we got a decent number of small keys.
Yeah, a good number of them for these runners. You're not feeling too bad about your number of small keys at this point in the seed. You know, once you find pod, you start to worry a little bit.
I know. Pod is you know, when people ask me how to judge whether to buy small keys, like, okay, have you hit pod yet? Have you used your small keys on pod yet? That's the key. To me, that's the key metric. You know, like Turtle Rock has a lot of deep doors, but you can skip a lot of them. GT has a lot of key doors, but also has a lot of pot keys. Pod, 6 key doors, no pot keys. So, you know, having those keys.
We found a bottle, a desert big, and a thieves big at Blind's hut here.
Nice. It looks like Maniacal is about to get all those too. That's full clearable Thieves Town right now.
Yeah. Although maybe not for bottles on empty because they apparently forgot they have the hammer.
Yeah, if they forget that hammer for too long, that could be a problem. Yeah, that's a pretty good haul there. I'm used to my 5-item caves having, if I'm lucky, 1 item that's of use.
Yeah.
And usually nothing that's even that much of use. Oh, we have Misery Mire, which we're a cane away from being able to, a cane and a fire source away from being able to complete, you know. Well, we could complete it without a fire source, just
Would not be
dude.
fun with our current items.
No, it really wouldn't.
Oh, we found a laser bridge here on Humbug's screen.
Yeah, this isn't in Logic yet because we don't have a safety item or the mirror shield. Most runners will do it anyway. I think the main thing is, like, in your normal modes, by the time you get to this spot, you're gonna have so many hearts that you know you can just kind of tank some damage and get the chest that way. But in cross keys, I mean, Humbug's on 3 hearts.
Yeah.
You use the high frames for the fairy to finish it up, and you know, probably doesn't really want that fairy anyway because we don't have a mirror yet.
Right. I almost was like, that's not right. And I was like, oh, wait, entrance works on the motor branch of the logic.
Yeah, like, you know, dark rooms are hard required, well, logically required. Lamp, not fire rod, and that's a flippers.
First, yeah.
On the race game, and we can't get that right now. We gotta either find the connector or mirror from there in the dark world.
I feel like 99% of the time it's mirror. Because it's a trash entrance.
I got
it's like
a little
never
bit,
a connector.
I got a little used to during the ladder entrance mode extravaganza where you'd play inverted, and that's hard locked behind an entrance. So.
Barnage found his way over to the mountain here. Not too sure how. Again, commentating this mode is complete chaos.
Yeah, Relk is gonna go do Mire with not able to complete. You know, it's better. I kind of like this better when you can't complete it because you don't have the pressure, like you don't have the cane, so you just know. Yeah, if you get the cane here, then it's like, oh no, now I have to make a decision. Do I really want to do 3-heart Master Sword Vitreous? I mean, it's doable. You know, it's part of the new low percent run. But I don't know that any of these guys run that. So.
Humbug Bunny reviving some Skull Woods checks here. Relkin.
Yeah, he did this in one of the entrance races that I watched during the ladder invitational thing, and he really paid out in that race. But I'm not a huge fan of this, you know, because
yeah, same.
Second fairy used.
Yep. We found Hera. Hera Big Key was there in that lobby chest in Mire. And kind of going back to what we were saying about Eastern earlier, I'm honestly surprised that Maniacal didn't dip Mire when he found it, because again, like with it being co-op, entrances are important, but like finding your progression items are just as important.
Wrong cane, or perhaps that's not the wrong cane. So again, I don't know that Roken actually wants to finish Mire right now. Since he found the blue cane.
I'm really wishing he had some magic right now.
That would be really useful. I think you can just barely do this last chest without any hearts. I know 4 hearts is actually pretty good, but 3 hearts is really, really tight. And obviously you want to do it last, because even getting the item, you are going to die. You're going to get the item, and then you're going to die, and just hope you get the item before you die. Humbug remembering that's always going to be a small key there, not too far out of the way to get it. I'm a big fan of picking up that pinball small key in Russians.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, here we go, Relkin.
Can we do it?
This is doable.
There's a...
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know if that's enough to...
He's got the fairy.
Oh yeah.
Just let the fairy revive you, use your iframe, so he's fine.
Yeah. Right, and we find 5 rupees.
Yeah, worth it. I mean, to be fair, now he's gonna death warp anyway, so...
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Losing the fairy's fine. That's 3 fairies down. I think,
Maniacal heading
I
back to
think
Thieves Town?
Carnage? Yeah, that would make sense. Somebody going ahead and getting someone to clear that.
Yeah, now the real question is, does he realize he has the hammer?
Yeah, that's a good question. 3 hearts blind, not exactly the safest fight. I mean, if you stay on script, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
If you
it's
get
but
off script, then he won't be fine.
like the script is free, but like at the same time, like it every once in a while, like you just mess it up. Like something weird happens, and
Maniacal, you don't pick up that key in Retrons. You pick it up
yeah,
at the end.
get it later.
That's okay.
They're
Muscle
just
memory is a thing.
there are so many things in this mode that are just slightly different than like the majority
Yep.
of modes that
Mhm.
you can't really fault it.
No, I mean,
I've
my
done it.
favorite part is, yeah, my favorite part of this mode is being able to skip that key in particular, and I forget it probably at least 30% of the time. By the way, we did get a fire rod according to one of our trackers, Link Force, in chess game, which was somewhere. I'm not sure what MK means, Link Force.
Oh, Mimic Cave.
Mimic
Maybe,
Cave, okay.
you know, where Maniacal went and just. Hey, we found one of our take
not Mimic
any's.
Cave. Yeah. I if I have an empty bottle, I didn't see whether he picked up the heart or the bottle or the potion, but I like to pick up the potion if I can.
It was the heart, and I think
The
at
cave
4
near
hearts,
Regina, okay.
I take it as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Usually I don't have a bottle that early to make the decision. Usually, you know, because Retrons, if you don't get to 20 hearts, you're not trying, right? I mean, co-op is a little different, but...
Well, yeah, in Retrons, you know, it birthed a meme in my chat somehow about getting the 20 hearts in Retrons, and it's apparently called Full Beef.
Oh, okay. I can go with that.
Let's see the very
mushroom.
important time here on Maniacal side. Do we remember? Oh wait, he definitely remembers that he has a hammer because he's used it earlier in this dungeon. So we're good there.
Okay, big chest is gonna give us a map.
Map.
Potentially useful map. We don't
Yeah,
know whether the Dark Palace is a pendant or a crystal. So
Yeah, it's info, and in Rando, info is very
it's huge.
important.
And it's being co-op, Barnage doesn't have to pick that up because they do not both need that map.
Correct. Let's see what Maiden's Chest has. A small key. Again, you're never mad to find small keys. Especially early, like we were saying.
Yeah, I mean, 6 small keys is enough to full clear pod, opening up all the doors, not even hammer jumping. You still would save some keys if they hit pod right now. But the fact that you don't even have to think about it right now is pretty important. Like, pod is that benchmark, you know? Once you're past pod, then you can relax a little bit.
Humbug taking a death. Not sure if it was a death warp or an accidental death.
Yeah,
Kind of missed it. Welkin also.
Yeah, he saved and quit. So, yeah, we got Welkin following Maniacal in Beastown.
Yeah, so finding that those boots for 2 Infinity and Pgog.
Right, because they didn't dip it earlier. They waited on it. Okay, there we go. Maniacal only takes 1 heart of damage. Very nice blind fight.
Yep. And finding the
a
mirror. Okay.
Wow, this early Thieves Town. You know,
And
we
our
always
first
talk
crystal.
about we talk about inverted all the time about having that early required blind fight, and it looks like it's they decided it's gonna be here. It's gonna be in cross keys today. The Retrons really. Fortunately for Barton, she doesn't have to necessarily rush that mirror until it pays out to something. And same thing.
Yeah.
Humbug, if he chooses to leave Thieves Town with just the boots, which I think is fine. Same thing. Doesn't necessarily have to rush to get that mirror right away. It doesn't really open that much right now. And Thieves Town's pretty easy to get back to. There's that fire rod in chess game for Maniacal. Oh, it's at the dam. There you go.
Even better. Worth noting, those flippers are available in Logic right now.
Yeah, good bunny walk there.
Not exactly fun. Arrow game. Curious to see. Yeah, I think you find
for it. In
you
reference,
find.
I can see it.
Yeah, I play once or twice. I think. Although Maniacal not going for the X99. Gonna have a talk with him after this race. Definitely not worth the effort for an extra 35 rupees.
Barnage found his way over to that race game. I wonder if he found a connector that we didn't see. Because that was way too fast for him to do a bunny walk there. I thought it looked like he jumped off there. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I just was
I don't think
not
so.
seeing properly. Yeah, because I don't see the flippers marked for him. Our container on the desert ledge. Not likely gonna need that.
Ah, Barnage found
no, okay,
connector.
he
Yeah.
did find the connector. Did get those flippers. Michael, you can quick swap to that mirror and get out a lot faster. Okay, so Humbug is following Relkin through Thieves Town, which is going to work out well for their team. Because Humbug going to get that mirror.
Okay, Maniacal now going back here and being like, man, I could have done this earlier. Fortunately, it's not super inconvenient of a location to get to.
Yeah, just don't die to the mimics in here. He took some damage there.
And blue mail. Okay.
Blue mail's nice. I could turn that down.
And I would say that it would have potentially helped a little bit in Thieves Town, but the most dangerous thing in Thieves Town is the blind fight if you end up off script. So. And
yeah, with 3 hearts, I think it gives him like 1 extra hit, maybe, depending on if it's blind that's hitting you. So it doesn't help that much.
I think we're seeing Maniacal here go and do some of those mirror checks in the Dark World. Relkin finding Eastern Palace and going to dip it. Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Barnage gets his book.
Oh, okay, so we find...
Yeah, we saw Humbug over here earlier because he was he was the egg. It's great. Yeah, one of the nice things about alternate sprites is you know something is the case because you remember the sprite that was there.
So I believe Barnage already did lower East Death Mountain, so I don't think we'll see Maniacal do those at least until after he goes over and does...
He can jump down if he wants to prioritize some light world checks. Looks like he's going to just drop down the dark world. He could have gone and jumped down the middle and gotten 2 extras there. Oh, hi, sick kid. Oh, we have a bottle. This
and he can actually he can climb back up pretty easily.
This is not a moon girl.
It is not. But another thing about it, he can hookshot across to regular Death Mountain, go up and mirror to get to the Hera area, so he can get back over to the top of East Death Mountain pretty easily. So at first I was questioning dropping down. I was like, oh wait, not a big deal. And Humbug going to find the blue mail.
Yeah, we get Blue Yoshi. I like Blue Yoshi. Yoshi's one of my favorite alt sprites.
So Barnage following Maniacal footsteps into Thieves Town here.
Yeah, this will be a little safer for him. He's got 6 hearts total. Right now he has 4.
And Maniacal's still on 3.
I know. That's what happens in these, you know? You get these stark differences between heart amounts. Looks like we found the back of the old man cave. I say looks like because I have been fooled before. It's always a little jarring when you go through this cave and it turns out, no, wait, this is the mountain start.
Yeah, I'm a little curious by this because Maniacal beeline to that entrance and that entrance only, which means either Barnage just got the other entrances but didn't get to this one, or Old Man had something and we just kind of missed it.
Anything's possible.
Both of those things are very,
very possible.
Okay, 50 bucks.
Definitely didn't do it because of the item.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because we did see Barnage over here on the mountain at one point, so he probably did some of this now. Gotta be a little careful with those boulders falling down. Do a full heart of damage. Maniacal, you've only got 1 heart left.
Yeah. Safe now though, fortunately.
Yeah, nice bit of spin speed going up the.
We find Mini Moldorm Cave over on Humbug's side. I think this is a new check.
I believe it is. Themes. Oh, hi Desert. And I think he just ran into that on purpose to get his health back. So the only thing of note in Mini Moldorm is that Ether, which is it's even bigger to be determined in entrance modes because not only do we not know if we need to get to an entrance, we don't even know if that entrance is something we care about. So.
Right. I do know we saw Eastern, I think on Barnage's side already. I think the only thing we didn't have the big key yet, so I think
Right.
Nigel was just going in just to check that one check before heading up to the rest of the mountain. I'm not sure if Barnage checked the connectors or not.
Heart
Maniacal
container?
is probably happy to finally have a fourth heart.
Yeah.
It's also very nice, like, in those early heart counts, like, each heart makes a huge difference. Once you get to, like, 8 or 9,
Yeah, it's
like,
like, who cares?
there's definitely diminishing returns, but when you're at, like,
Absolutely.
3 or 4, like, a mail upgrade, a heart, like, just very nice.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
so that's how we got
the
here.
flippers. Okay.
Yep.
Completely missed that on Barnage's side.
Again, 4 players, entrances, you know, it's...
It's a lot.
I dare I say it is by far the hardest thing to commentate in Link to the Past Randomizer.
I mean, there's probably some harder things with like different, you know, like if like Axe Pog Championship modes. But
Sure,
I
sure.
think it takes that kind of level of difficulty before it would get harder than this.
I think this might be a new entrance check on Maniacal's side, but I'm not 100% certain of that.
Yeah, this is new.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, and when you come out that door, I know from experience you try to go back in, but you can't.
Yep.
It's like, no, I didn't want to come out here.
Pretty convenient though with that mirror. Can head up here and check 3 entrances on
Three
the top.
Boolean logic entrances. We even have a master sword to open the middle one.
Didn't see on Relkin's side we did. Oh, there's Ice Palace. On Relkin's
Yeah.
side, we saw an out of logic Meyer shed. I don't know if we found anything there though.
Oh, dang, we could actually do that. That Ice Palace is in logic to do stuff. Now, we don't have a glove to finish it. Oh, hi, Mass.
Oh.
Hi, Tempered Sword. Yeah, that's
Tempered
nice.
Sword?
That's
What?
nice.
Was that the number 4 under the Tempered Sword?
No, I can't read the numbers.
It looked like a 4 to me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a 3, but for those of you that don't know, like the quality of the resolution on the restream is not ideal, so I'm constantly having to figure out, is that a 0 or an 8? So why not 4 versus 3? Relkin's about to find his flippers, or his easier access to flippers.
Yeah, they definitely already had that knowledge. I really like the dip here into Ice Palace. Not a ton of checks that we can do here, but kind of going back to like the Eastern Palace and the Meyer thing, like it's item checks in a shared info mode. There's the GT big key.
Yeah, so the weird thing about swords in Retrans is you start with a sword. There's a take any sword. There's only actually 2 swords out in the wild, so it's kind of interesting the way that ends up working out.
Barnage, like soft locking, it looks like here.
Yeah.
By accidentally ending up in the water.
Yeah, I don't think you can get out. He's trying, but
You have to
I'm
just
not
save
sure
and quit, dude.
Yeah, I think you're just saving and quitting is the best thing to do. Even if there was a way out, sometimes it just takes too long.
You found the connector, the way to get there. Like, just take note of it, and
just go back later.
I'm like taking the blue potion instead of the heart container. That's actually a little surprising with 4 hearts blue mail. On that note, we did find a second bottle at some point.
So, not a fan of doing the bomb jump here when you're 99% sure
Yeah.
that you're not finishing the dungeon. But I guess, you know, if you do find the glove, you can then choose to finish it. And not the best cold stare setup because only 4 hearts, but with blue mail and a tempered sword and a fire rod, not the worst either. So.
Yeah, the bomb jump doesn't take long, and it is definitely insurance. Unlikely to find the glove here, but on that chance that you do find it, like you really want to make sure that you've done that. So I don't.
A shovel at the man under the bridge, because that's what we always
Maniacal,
want.
what are you doing? You don't have a glove.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah. No. I mean, you don't usually go into this dungeon without a glove because you did
exactly.
Miss
It is.
happens.
I've done it plenty of times. I've done Spike Cave without a glove and raged about it
I
afterwards.
have
Like,
managed to not do the spike cave one because that's the bad one because you're just good way to get yourself killed.
okay, so Maniacal's gonna go do iced tea here first.
Yeah, if he hadn't done the bomb jump, then I think it's better to just go and do it last because then you don't have to fall down. But since he did go ahead and hit that switch so that he can do and did the bomb jump, I think this is a little more little better.
Relkin doing finding bombos here in
Ice
out of
Rod
logic
Cave,
ice rod
which
cave,
is where?
and there's our pearl
Oh,
in Ice
classic.
Palace.
Classic Moon Pearl and Ice Palace. Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that. It's like Ice Palace. You know, you have that early accessible Ice Palace, that early accessible Mire, like one of those.
And
Those locations like to have Moon Pearls.
and that was like to Infinity and Pgog will get there, like obviously, but it definitely wasn't like.
Yeah, they decided
It
not
was
to dip Ice Palace, so.
well, they haven't found it yet.
No, one of them found it. One of them found.
Did they?
Maybe not, because neither one has a temper sword. I take it back. They haven't found it yet.
Yeah, because okay, but Humbug's about to find it here, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna find that exit into the pyramid, which will incentivize him to check those entrances. And he will most likely. Now, Maniacal, I'm a little surprised. He could have gone back and he still had that mirror pearl. Could have gone back into the Dark World and done some of those East Dark World checks.
So Humbug actually going back out through the east entrance here, I guess, to prioritize the rest of Death Mountain here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is fine too, except that it's gonna delay their Moon Pearl.
And also, if they find like another connector or something that they choose to follow.
Yeah, it might delay them.
Yeah,
or maybe just wants to do the Dark World ones. We'll see. And Barnage, yeah, gonna find that Myra doesn't have anything we care about.
Yeah, we are seeing a couple new checks here though with the fire rod, so we
we didn't
could
see
find
didn't
something
see left side at all.
helpful, but yeah, Maniacal getting straight to work on Dark World stuff. Oh, half magic.
Half magic is really nice.
That's a half magic that Maniacal is almost certainly not getting.
That's when if you're the partner, you just cry a little bit inside. Because, but the good news, I mean, I was you know he still has to. I was gonna say he's already done ice, but no, he hasn't already done ice. He's done most of ice, but he couldn't finish it. So like, that's the Cold Stare and Trinex being the bosses where that half magic matters the most by far.
Yep. And did we? I don't remember if we talked about this bow on Barnage's side.
No, because I didn't realize. Yeah, I see it lit up.
It was at a dig spot apparently.
Oh, dig spot with the. So that's shovel important.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like Humbug and Relkin having not found that shovel. So it's a couple of nice little advantages for bottles on empty.
Barnage, what are you? Barnage, did you get
like... he went back. I wish I could say I've never done this, but I have done this.
I've not, but I know that doors sometimes have that weird gravitational pull. Is that what happened?
There's that little, they vacuum doors, I guess is the term. I haven't done that recently though. It's been a while. I think I've maybe done it just the one time.
Let's see. New entrance here on Ralkin's side. Another take any and going for the blue potion. I
kind of like going for. I mean, you're gonna get so many hearts in the seed.
But in co-op, I don't know that you are though.
Yeah, that's true. Nice blue boomerang for Maniacal in the basement of Hyrule Castle, which is one of those nice luxury items people like to have, but definitely not something you would want to go that far out of your way. Barnage probably never getting that blue boomerang.
No, for sure.
Okay, that's the last of our fairies in that first bottle.
So Maniacal cleaning up what Barnage was unable to earlier. We found Pod on Humbug's side.
Yeah, he's got lots of keys for this, so he's going to be able to do everything. Looks like he's going to go ahead and mimic clip the right side.
Yeah, curious if he does the potion or... Okay. He's going to do...
Looks like he wants to use the potion. little sad to use up a. Maybe he's not gonna do
What
it.
are
I'm
Humbug?
confused.
There we
Oh,
go.
he needs to take damage or use up some magic to be able to use the potion.
A little surprised on Maniacal side. Again, we're invitational, so very high level runners here. But a little surprised not just dashing down real quick to grab a 6th heart on Desert Ledge.
Yeah, it's pretty free heart too. We get a map to Thieves Town, which is now useless.
A little unfortunate, yeah.
Cape is
Cape?
potentially useful. I mean, it's useful, but potentially required depending on where Bumper Cave is. Although my experience with Bumper Cave and this is usually I find both ends before I actually use the cape to go through.
Yep.
And I think that's gonna mirror bunk for Maniacal there. Yep.
Yeah, a little too high. It's fine. Yet you lose a few seconds here. Not the end of the world.
This is the first of the mushroom that we've seen on Bottles on Empty side. I didn't see where the magic bat was, and we don't have a Cane of Samaria. It's very hard to save scum your mushroom in any kind of entrance mode, so I don't expect anyone to do it. When you do get the opportunity to, I get really excited when I get the opportunity to actually save scum the mushroom. And if that comes up, then I'm like, go get that magic bat item. And never
there's
have to
the
worry about
ice rod
Ice
in the
rod?
Rippy basement.
It's a pretty early ice rod. Does that mean the Turtle Rock is going to be appended today?
Yeah, probably. That's the meme, right?
Yep, it sure is. Okay, Relkin is going to do what's a pretty useless Hyrule Castle. Looks like he found Hyrule Castle from the Dark World. And does have the Moon Pearl, so he has to Bunny Revive.
Yeah, convenient on Maniacal side. Just being able to mirror found the that laser bridge entrance.
Yeah, and then he can check this one as well.
Oh, so this is where we found this. Okay, this was Ether.
Yeah, we saw this on Infinity and Pgog. We did not, so this is new for Maniacal and Barnage.
Yep, he's gonna find a bunch of basically nothing here and say, don't worry about coming here, Barnage, because Ether is not required.
Yeah, Ether is definitely not required. There are places where it's nice to have, but no one's going out of their way just for Ether Medallion if it doesn't open anything.
Basically, like 2 rooms in GT, and I guess a couple other rooms in the game as well.
Anything with a Gibdo.
That's true. Yeah.
Gibdos don't like Ether. Ironically, that's one of the Japanese 1.0 things because on my vanilla game, I tried Ether once on the Gibdos. It doesn't work. It's not funny enough.
Huh. Today I learned. You learn something new every day. Maniacal going back through Paradox Cave here, so I think this is just our way to the Dark World right now. Yep. This is just our general Dark World access is through here.
Yep, until we find a glove.
But granted, it is a lot of Dark World access to go through there.
We've seen some of it on Infinity and Pgog side because they did a little bit of bunny walking, but I don't think Maniacal and Barnage, I don't think Bottles and Empty have really touched this part of Dark World yet.
Yeah, Maniacal did a very little bit, but once those boots were found, he was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, that's right, because he was bunny walking at the north part and did like 1 entrance.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, most entrances are available to our runners at this point. In some way or form, logically. Not all, but
we're missing mostly the ones behind the gloves. So those are the ones we can't get to. And I'm sure Humbug is real happy he killed that Pokey for that compass. I think it was Galen's power compass. I mean, that's in all fairness, it's one of the better compasses to get if you're gonna have to get one. But the only one I really care about is give me that Ice Palace compass because I just can't count that dungeon to save my life.
Humbug found powder at some point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Again, this mode and commentary. No.
Yeah. It's and powder. I mean, now we have to worry about that mushroom.
In pod. Got it.
Nice. Powder is not quite as good in this mode. Hopefully you're not climbing GT. Hopefully you're doing Turtle Rock from the Laser Bridge entrance, and those are your 2 of the 3 most common places you'll use powder. The third being Misery Mire.
Yep.
Misery Mire's nice to have the powder at the end, though.
Oh, for sure. Especially in a potential low health mode.
Yeah, and Misery Mire has no heart pots. I swear that dungeon has, and the ones that it does have like to despawn.
Oh, and here we see the that ether play that you were talking about.
Yeah, it works great in Randomizer, and I assume on Japanese 1.0, but it doesn't work on later versions. I don't know what made them decide that. Oh no, someone, how dare someone have ether at this point and use it?
Humbug is now going to find this this entrance, so hopefully we'll get into Ice Palace here very soon. To find that Moon Pearl for their team.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss seeing the egg. I mean, like I said, Yoshi's one of my favorite sprites. I think that egg bunny sprite is maybe my favorite bunny sprite. It's so cute.
Maniacal not going to check the.
Looks like we have the bad layout. So maybe
I thought it was the. Oh, we came out the back already. Apparently. I was gonna say I thought it was the good layout.
Barnage, you don't need to do the bomb. You know you can't finish this dungeon.
Yeah, this bomb jump is questionable.
Yeah, for Maniacal is one thing because, like we said, on the off chance you find the glove, you do the bomb jump just in case. But we know Barnage knows he's not finishing this dungeon. There's no reason to do that bomb jump.
Yeah, it's at this point in the seed, there's still so much play to be done. Like, getting to the Moon Pearl early for Bottles on Empty, definitely a slight advantage, but I mean...
Yeah, that advantage is going to be gone pretty soon because Humbug is in Ice Palace where he needs to be right now, and I'm sure Relkin will follow him once he gets word of that Moon Pearl.
Yep, and Relkin's been doing a good bit of like bunny walking and knocking some entrances out, so once they get that access, like... They're not going to have to check quite as many entrances as Bottles on Empty has been doing, but Bottles on Empty...
Spiral Cave. Ugh.
Yeah,
Spiral Cave is the worst.
But it does have a big key to Skullwoods. we were just there, so Maniacal was probably just not very happy. And it's a little convenient. You're about to go spend 500 of your 500 something one rupees.
I think it's 31, but I wouldn't swear to it. That could be a 9, actually, now that I think about it.
I was thinking 8, but I don't know.
Can't tell.
It also looks like he has 99 bombs.
It does, doesn't it? Probably 0-9 would be my guess. 0s, 8s, and 9s kind of all look alike to us here.
But yeah, spending the money here. We do have a healthy number of keys, so I think you don't feel too bad spending the 500 rupees there at 41 minutes with 6 small keys.
The keys aren't really the issue so much as the right now the just arrows. Like you're not going to be using those arrows right now. In fact, Relkin with the blue cane, it's a really nice item to have in this mode because the Armos Knights the blue cane for the Armos Knights is really nice. Not quite as fast as even a regular Armos quick kill, but fast enough that it can be worth it if you're low on money. And Relkin's gonna hover this. He knows this is the cape. He wants the cape. Apparently. Yeah. We gotta blame him for wanting the cape. It might be hard required, and if it's not, it is useful. This is one of the most difficult hovers in the game, though. So. Yeah.
Barnage finding back of Skullwoods. I don't know if we found this on To Infinity's side yet.
Yeah, I don't think we have because they have Fire Rod. They hadn't completed, so imagine they would have. You didn't need that Thieves Town math, Relkin.
Yeah, it could be one of those cases where Humbug may have just said, like, I found cape and it was definitely at this chest. I also found powder, but I don't remember where.
Yeah, or just muscle memory. I mean,
also muscle memory.
There's a lot of muscle memory that happens in co-op. Like, there's a lot of, oh yeah, I didn't need to open that because I knew what it was.
It's also one of those things, like, I've gone back and forth on like philosophies about this in co-op modes, but like for example, I tend to just only communicate where the important things are, but I don't necessarily communicate where like what chests aren't important.
Yep.
So, like if you're but if you're that close to another chest and like it might just have like a heart piece or a heart container or something that
that'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah, it's like in the grand scheme of things, like your team is not likely to lose because of going over and opening that chest.
Right, because it's really nearby. We have back of Desert over on Barnage's side.
Yeah, Barnage just finding dungeons.
Finding,
This is actually pretty
always be
good,
clearing dungeons. Yeah.
and it's also pretty good for battles on empty because like finding these dungeons so quickly as they get closer to go mode. Just having this location knowledge is really important. And I didn't see where these were though, so I don't know if it's like one of those things where like it's like you're 100% going to run into it like super free, super easy. Humbug just found back a Skullwood, so I'm assuming like they're both super free next to each other. So everything I was just saying, completely throw it out the window.
Oh, Hookshot Cave over on Relkin's side. I don't think we've seen this yet.
Yeah, we definitely haven't. Are we just
Is he
not
doing the connector for? I don't like this.
I don't like this.
Because you could come out of a spot where it's behind the glove, and then you're just stuck, and you can't actually check the items.
Oh, we've seen it apparently on Humbug's side, I guess.
There you go. And I mean, not that it matters, since apparently we saw that on Humbug's side, but it did turn out to be a glove entrance.
Yeah, and Relkin knows about that pearl now, but hasn't gone and gotten it. And it's just like, okay, game. Yeah, we're still lacking even a single glove. And we do know that at least one glove is required to finish this dungeon as we find GT on Barnage's side.
27 locations. We have the big key. We can't go to the right because we don't have a cane. Hi, gold sword.
Hey, gold sword. Yeah, but we can do
almost everything.
Everything else.
Yep.
And
2 keys is enough to do everything else.
Yeah. Well,
it is because
are we going to find?
If you go right side to the back, then you're gonna be in trouble. If you won't be able to climb.
Yeah, but we're not guaranteed to find keys in some of the chests, though.
Yeah, but we'll get them in the pots.
Oh, right. Yep. There's enough. I was like, I know there's ones in the pots, but I don't know if it's enough. But yeah, it should be just enough, I think.
You have to not open the door on the right side after the pot key there, and then two keys is enough. So essentially, you're not opening that door, and you're not opening the front door.
Barnage was doing bonks there, and we find the red cane, so...
Okay, never mind. We can just do all of this. Gosh, I mean, I think you full clear the basement. I don't think you climb.
We haven't seen Ganon yet, have we?
Oh, gosh, no. This could be, yeah, okay, so if this is Vanilla Ganon, I don't know if we've seen all the drop-downs, but you're right. If this is indeed Vanilla Ganon, then I would just...
Oh, Ganon, right now. Ganon's bad fairy.
Okay, never mind.
We do not do the climb. Oh my god, gloves and mitts? Dig Game and Stumpy.
Okay.
I was going to say Relkin's going to find those soon, but that is actually not true. Because Relkin still doesn't have that pearl. We did just get info on Relkin's side that Hera is one of our crystals.
Yeah, I see chat supporting climbing now. I don't know. It's.
I think now that we know we have...
You reevaluate. We're getting close to go mode. Like those mitts are now... We have mitts available.
I think because of those mitts specifically, like finding both gloves, I will say this. I don't hate a climb, but I support not climbing.
Yeah, I always get it wrong anyway, so I'm saying not climb, which would be the wrong answer, because
Pod and Turtle Rock are both pendants, so we just love that.
Okay, Relkin about to get his Moon Pearl.
Yeah. Oh, and a big key on Bombos. Which one is it? It's Pod.
Thanks, game. Let's see. What are? I mean, we do need to find a few entrances. I think. Have we found Swamp? Yeah. Have we found Hera?
We have not found Hera. We have found Swamp, but we haven't found the dam yet. Okay.
That's important. So mostly entrances. Eastern. I guess we don't know whether Eastern's a pendant or a crystal yet. So we may be just an Eastern big key away from go mode on bottles and empty side. No, they still need to get the ice. No, they don't need the ice rod because Turtle Rock's a pendant.
Yeah, unless. Unless Trinex has the Eastern big key.
Oh no, now we see Eastern being marked as a pendant. Okay.
Oh, Okay.
I trust our trackers. I trust our trackers a lot more than I trust myself. I
Oh.
hear Link Force 2 the absolute best.
So it's a little tough.
Oh, we get the
Like,
Cadmus Amaria fight. This is actually really. This Cadmus Amaria is surprisingly effective on these guys. This
yeah.
is Gold Sword, so not the worst possible. You know, it's not like
Yeah,
it's
I think it's what Tempered Sword is like the
no,
worst, or is it Master
no,
Sword?
it's Master Sword.
Master Sword swings are the worst.
Yep, because for some reason the developers thought that it would be easy for runners, or not runners, just players in general, to get Master Sword before fighting the Armos Knights. I don't understand. I mean, I guess you could
Down?
use a GT and
We-
fight Ice Arms with just the Master Sword.
Hera on Maniacal side. This is
Yeah, and you
This
got
is
the big key,
looking-
so you just do it.
yeah, this is looking pretty good for bottles on empty preliminarily.
Yep.
Which I feel like as the third teammate, I just jinxed it, but
Yeah, we just need some entrances, and they're gonna be good to go.
yeah.
I mean, Relkin and Humbug not too far behind, and you know they're gonna be able to find a lot of these things as well. But spending a lot of time in both of them spending time in pod, understandably so, because they did get that powder, they did get the ice rod. But it's most likely that neither one of those is going to be required. Okay,
Oh, so
Eastern
apparently-
is unknown. Okay,
okay,
Eastern's still
Eastern
unknown.
is
We might still
unknown.
need that Eastern big key.
Okay. I was
That
gonna
was
say
a very quick
'cause-
map check. I don't think I did not learn anything new from. Oh, it's Swamp or Eastern. I see. Okay, so the dam might not be required. That's fun.
yeah.
So we either need to find the dam or the Eastern big key.
So
It'd
I
be funny
think-
if the Eastern big key was in the dam.
I think if and when bottles on empty realizes, okay, apparently Swamp was pendant, according to our trackers.
Oh, then we need the Eastern big key.
So
which
we
is-
do need the Eastern Big Key, but I think Eastern Big Key is go mode for bottles on
Yes.
empty at this point.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think there's
once-
anything else they could possibly need.
Yeah, I think that's right. So Barney's gonna go ahead and do Hera and Maniacal. What are we doing, Maniacal? I'm not sure what these entrances, if they've seen it or not. Super Bunny Cave. We see
I'm
the
a-
other side?
I don't think so. I'm a little surprised that neither of them seem to be doing Hera basement here.
Yeah, I mean that could be your Eastern big key.
Yeah, when you're one item from go mode, I think this comes back to.
I mean, Barge might yet do it after. being-
Actually, now on that note, I like a GT climb because it's another 4 items, and I think
Should be one more item behind. Have we seen Uncle yet? Might be Uncle behind it. I'm sure
Well-
chat can tell us where. Somebody in chat can tell us.
Yeah,
Have all the dungeons been found? I think at this point all the dungeons have been found.
but I don't know what drop down the pyramid is. I think it's
Yeah.
either Uncle. Have we found?
The useless
we've-
fairy might be.
We have found the well, right?
Yes, the well is behind the Mitt
Okay.
Glove, which would be a really good place for Maniacal and Barnage to go with the mitts that they found. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
5 items. And with Sanctuary in the forest, it's a relatively quick
Did
check.
we come out of Ice Palace already? Like, are we just not checking it? Okay, I'm assuming so. That can't be that big of an oversight on Maniacal's part.
Yeah, he might be heading over that way after doing these dark shopping mall checks.
Yeah, but you
Barnage
can
looks
just
like he's heading
mirror
over to the
back.
mitts.
If you do Ice Palace, you can't check Dark Shopping Mall? I don't
I
see
mean, you
why.
can, of course you can. But yeah. He's just prioritizing this first. No, Ice Palace actually. Oh, you mean Ice Palace? Are you talking about the Ice Palace entrance?
Like
or
the actual entrance to Ice
Okay,
Palace.
yeah, then you do this first because yeah, you will lose your portal. Because you'll go into Ice Palace from the Light World, and then if you mirror portal, you're right back in that same spot in Light World. You can't actually leave the Ice Palace area.
Oh,
I think he meant actual where Ice Palace is.
yes. For some reason, my brain was not functioning there. Yeah, we found flute apparently.
Which
in
really doesn't do anything for us. We already found the whole.
no.
I think we've already full cleared the mire area. Nothing new
Yeah,
there.
I don't even know if you find the flute, is there any benefit to activating it at this point in the seed?
I wouldn't go out of my way to activate it, but if I found myself in Kakariko or even in Village Outcast where I can just mirror, yeah, I'd probably activate it in that situation. It'd probably save about the amount of time it took to activate it by just fast travel. But I think if you have to go all the way over there, I think you're losing time at this point. Okay,
So we're
here's the Ice
checking.
Palace entrance.
Yep.
Oh,
And it's
hi,
just to take
Annie.
any. Okay, here I would probably take the blue potion.
Well, yeah, but if you've already taken the blue potion, you're taking the heart, so it
I
works.
guess he probably has a blue potion in there already. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, looks like Relkin is gonna show us the right side here over on GT. So that'll be some new checks.
2 Infinity and Pgog does not have that bow yet.
Nope, no, don't have the bow and don't have the mitts, the glove mitts.
Wow, yeah, that's they do have that shovel. They just
Oh.
haven't turned it in yet.
So if what was over on the right side then? If Humbug already did this, because Relkin's doing this too.
Well, the flute was here in
okay.
tile room.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is that?
Oh,
See,
and
you
the
asked
lamp
if it was
is right
worth-
side.
If you're, because he asked earlier if it was worth activating it, but I think the even better question is it worth even getting for Relkin, given that
It's
tile
not.
room is so slow.
Yeah, it's. I can't imagine that it's worth grabbing that.
I mean, you
Like,
grab it for if you didn't already have mire access from a connector, then yeah, for sure you
right,
grab it,
and
because that could be your only mire area access.
and they do know about that already, right?
I thought
Humbug?
so.
What are you doing, Humbug?
That's a good question. Looks like Barnes is gonna go ahead and clear Misery Mire.
Yeah, and Humbug right in there with him. Oh, he left to do the map check to get the Eastern Crystal information.
Could do it afterwards. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth prioritizing it right then and there. Obviously, it's better to do it before you go in, but I tend to be well, I've already forgotten. Let's just finish this dungeon and then I'll check it afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Like, oh, and here is the dam.
Unless the Eastern Big Key is in Swamp Palace, this might actually be bad for Humbug, because like that could send him into Swamp looking for their things.
Yeah, although we are
a lot of checks.
We are quickly running out of item locations, though. And that is a very dense location.
Yes. So yeah, it absolutely, yeah. If the Eastern Palace Big Key's there, then yeah, that's pretty good. That'll be a pretty good pickup. There's that Swamp Palace map, in fact, over on Humbug's side.
Yep, and we are doing a Dark Shopping Mall now for Relkin. Maniacal going into Hookshot Cave here, which I think is Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, it is. It's backwards, but it is Hookshot Cave.
Hey,
looks like he doesn't want to follow it. Yeah, bug net.
I guess we already saw that on Maniacal side, I think. I think on Bottles and Empty side, we are finally going to get the Hera entrance and Ether tablet.
Yeah, because they didn't do all these Death Mountain stuff. They got distracted getting flippers from the desert.
And is this new, or did we see this on
I think we saw this already. Yeah, we saw this. It's just a heart piece.
We're seeing, Vitreous here on Barnage's side. Just going with that blue cane. Couple slashes on the small eyes.
Does he not have the cape? Because
no, I don't think Bottles on Empty has found Pod yet.
Oh, right. That's in the cape. Yeah, the cape was in Pod. Actually, that's where Maniacal is right now.
Oh.
Wrong Eastern Palace thing he's thinking.
Yep. Oh.
But yeah, the cape Vidi fight is the cape's gold sword Vidi fight is a really fun fight.
We are In
And
Swamp.
unfortunately, we're not going to see that from. We might see it from Maniacal, although I don't think he's going to get that last sword. Yeah, and this is it. Like right here. Like I feel like, Relkin and Humbug really need this to be a Eastern big key here. Because if it's an Eastern big key, then, they're very much still in this because Maniacal and Varnish haven't even pulled the dam yet, and they've got other things to do. If this is not Eastern big key, this is just going to be a big waste of time for Relkin and Humbug. Well, for Relkin, Humbug's never going to do it if it's a waste of time for Relkin.
Right.
Here we go. We're going to get the Cape Vidi fight. Just splash your sword. It's so much faster.
I think
the big eyeball before the small one.
I think if Eastern Big Key is in Swamp, it could potentially be game, set, and match for 2 Infinity. Mm-hmm. Just with how much there is out there to do. But if it's not here, it's a big time commitment to be in here right now, and they still don't have the bow.
They still don't have the bow, and they haven't found either of the gloves. Really surprised Maniacal went for the Mimiclip and not the Hover. He actually showed me that Mimiclip at SG Live, so it's not really that difficult, but it is still faster than Hover. I know he likes his hovers.
He likes his hovers, but I'm thinking / hoping that it's just like, like, he's very good at hovering, as are many other runners, but no runner is perfect at hovering.
No, and that is...
it can quickly become a huge time sink, so I as Maniacal's teammate, I very much appreciate him just doing the Mimic clip instead.
That's pretty funny.
So, Maniacal, if you were watching this one back like you probably are...
Yeah, he usually watches these back.
He was looking for the bow and realized that he never went and grabbed it, which he's probably thinking now... well, he's also probably thinking now, like... Oh yeah, because he could have just used the bow on the Mimics.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the shovel yet. He has to go get his shovel to go get his bow.
I wonder if that's a little bit of an oversight, because even though this is a pendant, like, it would be very nice to come in here. Well, he didn't know this was here. Never mind.
He didn't know it was here. He could get everything in here, but Helmasaur, which, honestly, unless Helmasaur is exactly the Eastern Big Key, that's fine.
Right.
He's going to get one extra check that 2 Infinity and Pgog didn't get, because he has that big key. He'll be able to do the big chest. He's also low on money, so he's going to pick up as many of these rupees as he can.
Yeah.
He's not that low on money, but low enough. Low enough that if you get silvers, you might not be
yeah, it's definitely a just in case we find silvers type thing.
Yeah.
I think. And it's definitely not a, oh crap, I'm low on money and I need it type pickup, I don't think. You definitely still... Eastern is still out there, so that's, 180 rupees to kill the boss.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Blue Cane to yeah, he doesn't... Just double checking his menu. Does not have Blue Cane to do that. I mean, slightly slower, but pretty quick strat. If you want to save money.
On Relkin's side, still not finding anything here, except we are up to like 1,800.
Yeah, if Relkin finds the silvers.
1,884.
Actually, and to that point, we do. I mean, these are progressive bows, so he could find silvers here, or what would be silvers for bottles and empty, and not ever have to dig up the spot. But really, it's the Eastern Big Key that really matters here. We'll see if he goes back in for left side.
I think he already did left side.
Did he really? Did he?
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah, actually, I saw him going left side, and then I stopped watching his side for a bit, and I came back when he was like opening the big chest, and
I keep confirming.
there was a big enough time difference there that if he didn't do left side, I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, so nothing, absolutely nothing in Swamp Palace from what I can tell.
900 rupees apparently. I saw 600 of those.
Lots of rupees. Barn is going to go ahead and finish up Ice Palace. This time you do, well, how about, have you not taught him Icebreaker?
Well, so I don't know what happened. Because I saw him doing... Oh, I see what happened. Wait.
I'm so confused.
I was going to say that it's a key thing. Eastern Big Key is not on Ped. Ped is dead.
I can't tell how many. It looks like a 4 right now, but just a moment ago it looked like a 0. So I have no idea.
He didn't hit
He
the
didn't hit
switch.
the switch. Oh.
And doesn't have the big key. Although I would still do the icebreaker route.
Yeah, I mean you could mirror, and he's not going to get 2 of those checks. I guess he would have gotten 2 of those checks already, so that's fine. But... yeah, that's a rough one.
Oh, he literally like walked backwards to the switch to hit it. Apparently.
That's a new
finding...
one. I did not quite see that.
Finding the bow on Pgog's side here.
Okay, so now and they're right in the same area for.
Yeah.
No, they're not because they're in the light world.
And loot. Still don't think it was worth picking up on Rauken's side, but
yeah, I don't think so either. But you know, it's
coming up nice on Humbug's. Yeah, on Humbug's side, it's coming up a little nice. Man under the bridge here from Maniacal, getting that shovel.
Careful, Barnage.
Barnage is fine. I say
on green mail. I was gonna say he can't take a hit on. It's 4 hearts on the big eyeball thing. It's the reason why blue mail shows up in this dungeon, I suppose, in vanilla.
Now, I was gonna say we do now have access to the Pyramid Fairy check, but we already know that is nothing.
Yeah, it's a connector. We already saw it. Been there, done that.
And Rauken also activating that flute. Maniacal cleaning up some dungeons here, and actually, I really like this. Maniacal is multiple dungeons behind.
Yes, he really is. Barnage is. Yeah, Barnage needs to do Eastern, so he needs to be the one looking for that Eastern Palace.
Yes, Barnage 100%.
Yep. Eastern Palace entrance, I believe, is at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you kind of want to stay close-ish together in terms of number of crystals.
Yep.
It's not completely required, but it's
Barnage finding the dam. So he now has Swamp Palace available to him, and if he goes into Swamp Palace, that'll be good for To Infinity and Pgog, because we know the answer's not there. And Maniacal's never going into Swamp Palace.
No, absolutely not.
Question, can Eastern Palace be in Big Key be in Eastern? Not anymore.
Yeah, we've already seen all of them.
The there are the big chest and actual Armor-Site item. So, yeah, you're not going back into Eastern, and both teams have done it, so. It's like the answer is not catfish. I mean,
a little surprised we didn't see that on
is starting
Infinities.
to look decent.
Yeah, but the thing is, for Bottles on Empty,
I would do Swamp before I do GT Climb.
You would do
Swamp.
Wrong. Yeah, you would do
Swamp. I would be very wrong.
Have we seen this yet?
This one. We've seen this big key. I forget what it was. It's not Eastern.
Meyer. Oh, right. Again, Maniacal just cleaning up checks.
Yeah, so he's gonna go do Eastern, he's gonna do Ice, he's gonna do Meyer. Actually, didn't he just do Ice? No, that was Barnage just did Ice.
Yeah, Barnage just did Ice. Maniacal's gonna go here and do Desert.
Yeah, Desert's pretty quick. Let's get that over and done. Okay, I'm gonna do Tower of Hera.
Yep.
It'll be interesting. This is actually a big moment too, because Hera is we never saw the basement of Hera.
Yep. So we have not yet. So Maniacal did get the bow, I believe. Tracker does not show it, but I think he did finally go dig it up.
Well, he definitely went and got the shovel. This is why Quick Swap is bad. We don't get to see the menus.
Yeah. Oh, why would you go get the shovel?
Yeah, I mean,
and not get. Yeah.
In case you want to do the GT climb here. So he may not be. Well, he shouldn't be doing the GT climb anyway. Oh yeah, Barnage remembering this drop down. We do have the.
Oh. Yeah, if this is the Eastern Big Key, that's huge.
Uh-oh.
Eastern
Oh,
Big Key.
baby. Useless
Bottles
place
on Empty
medallion.
is
That's go mode.
in go mode.
Yeah, that's completely go mode. I mean, Humbug and Rolkin, not necessarily that far behind. Maniacal has a lot of dungeons to clean up. This is average time, so, you know,
Yeah.
if we get the Barnish finishes first, which is looking very likely, and Maniacal finishes last, then we have to do math.
So chat asking more like no mode. No, this is
No,
go
it's
mode
go
for
mode.
Bottles on Empty.
No mode is a viewer thing. So no mode basically means that we as a group know where everything is. But go mode is when you're not checking additional locations, and Maniacal and Varnish are not going to be checking any additional locations. At this point, the only thing of any worth they could find is silver arrows. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
they have like
And
everything else.
Rauken doing tile
Yeah,
room, so
yeah,
that's
I
just
mean,
another time sink. Like,
this was going to be a big play before we found that Eastern Big Key, because, you know,
yeah.
we didn't know, but now we know it's not here.
And I think, barring execution, I think this is Bottles on Empty's race. Like, it's their race to lose at this point, because
Maniacal's
until...
quick dungeons to do. Like,
Yeah, and
Maniacal's
until...
got, Ice is very fast in go mode. Meyer is relatively fast in go mode. Eastern is relatively fast in go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's you know, there's just a lot of extra things that Invitational and Pgog did that I don't think Bottle. You know, we see Humbug right now killing Trinex. Looking to see, and he's probably going to do the front of Turtle Rock. This is a really common play. You kill Trinex, it takes you to the front of Turtle Rock, and you just go to finish Turtle Rock.
Right.
Just being so late to the bow and much later to the myths. They were also later to the Moon Pro.
Yeah,
all those big items.
It's also like the longer they go without getting to that Eastern Palace Big Key, it's just more time that Bottles on Empty.
Yeah, that well in that location is kind of bad. Like,
yeah, it's very isolated.
It's isolated. It's easy to forget about. I know I forgot. You know, I've done it. You know, that location and the Magic Bat location in particular, places where you can see what it is, but you don't have the item early on to get to it. I've done it multiple times. I've seen other runners do it multiple times, where all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's the thing I didn't do. The well is just sitting there at one of those two locations.
Right.
And the drop down, for those of you who missed it, was it sank. So and the gloves were pretty late, so it had to. So it took a while. Yeah, and that Ice Palace was a hard required double dip, because both gloves were in the Dark World, and the Moon Pro was in Ice Palace, so just putting that out. Okay, Maniacal is going to remember to hit the switch, thankfully. We don't need to see that again. And as expected, Humbug's going to do the front of Turtle Rock, because, you know, it's just such a efficient way to do a Turtle Rock clear, is to kill Trinex and just let it warp you to the front.
Yep. It's a thing you see very frequently in entrance modes, when you're able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always possible. I remember I think there was a weird cross key seed somewhere. I don't remember if it maybe the last cross keys tournament or what it was, where it was a hard required, like laser bridge spit out at the bumper ledge. So,
yeah, looking at this,
and there was even a dungeon there, if I remember correctly. It was just really nasty set of ways to do it.
And Barnage is on his way to Ganon, and Humbug about to find go mode for 2 Infinity here. So
yeah, that kind of hurts I mean, it's not as bad in this case, because, you know, Maniacal's still running. You know, Barnage is going to finish, and they're not exactly. Barnage and Maniacal are not exactly close together. But you know, you know, when you see that dot done right as you're getting your go mode, not exactly a nice moment.
Right.
Yeah. So Maniacal has, after Ice, he's going to have 2 more dungeons to do. Still needs to do Myron and Eastern. But Barnage is already in the Ganon fight. Whereas Ralkin and Humbug together have to do, let's see, one of them did Hera. I don't know which one, but it's not marked. Eastern, Ice, Meyer. So I'm going to say 5 dungeons between the 2 of them. So that's a lot of dungeons, a lot of catch-up.
Yeah, it's going to be close. But I think definitely...
Just sit back, relax.
Yeah, it's definitely advantage Bottles on Empty. I think even if it's solely because of Barnage's massive lead here going into the Ganon fight.
If this were last to finish, which a lot of co-op randomizers do, This would be, yeah, I wouldn't be able to call it, but it's average time, and Barnes is just gonna have such a good time compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
That the amount that Relkin and Humbug are gonna have to get their average to is gonna be, it's gonna be tough. But they are in go mode, so you know they just need to do the things faster, like twice as faster enough.
Yep. All right, looks like Maniacal is going to head to one of the dungeons.
I mean, at this point, he doesn't have flute, so like the order, there might be some better order or another. That's where the flute actually comes in handy.
Oh, going to actually get the
yeah,
bow.
let's go get the bow. Let's not go through Eastern and not have a bow. That would be a problem.
Yeah, and get your GGs in chat for Maximum Barnage, finishing with a racetime.gg time of 1:14:22.
So really, we've seen some really fast reference times this week. I think that one is like that one's really good.
Yeah, so after like that finish, you know, the clock is really ticking for the runners, and also ignore it says winner for bottles on empty, but I believe that's just a
yeah, that actually shouldn't mark that until both runners are done, because I think that actually starts creating invites to the interview. So
yeah, I think it's just like they have to actually like click it when a person finishes, and it's like a limitation of
yeah,
the speed gaming thing.
Yeah, so just wait till. So it's better just wait until they're both done.
Yeah.
Maniacal gets in Meyer now. Just a little behind Relkin and Meyer. Humbug is heading towards some dungeon or another.
Yep. Both of them in Meyer here, whereas
Yeah,
Humbug is heading into Hera.
Yeah, I didn't even see the silver, so no idea if anybody saw that.
Oh.
We definitely did not get, because we definitely did not get silvers.
So, Ralkin getting their 5th crystal.
Silver's near bat-like man. That magic bat? I thought we saw a magic bat, so it's gotta be something else. I don't know what that is.
Hype Cave, I guess, according to chat.
Okay.
Is the Hype Cave guy bat-like?
I never thought of him as bat-like, but maybe.
This is why I've openly said many times that Link to the Past Randomizer hints are bad, and they should just be explicit about what they are.
Yeah, they are bad.
It's also the same thing with SMZ3, though, I'll be honest. The first time I saw, like, oh, flying bombs, I was like, I literally don't know what this is.
Well, the best SMZ3 one is when we're an SM first player, you see boing boing, you think it's spring ball.
Ah.
No, that's hook shot. No, my favorite hint was getting in a non-entrance seed, getting a glove hint in Turtle Rock. Thanks, game.
Oh.
How is that useful? Can you at least make your hints useful? Put them in locations where I can actually use them.
Looks like Maniacal fighting Vitreous here, while Relkin is in Eastern Palace. Maniacal will be joining Relkin in Eastern Palace here soon, but I forget where Eastern was, so Relkin might be finished Eastern before Maniacal gets there.
It's at Mini Moldor. I don't know why I remember that particular dungeon better than any of the others, but I do. I also remember that Ice was on the castle top. I think that's about the only ones I actually explicitly remember. Because again, 4 screens, lots going on. Where?
I'm not sure where Maniacal is going here. Maniacal was just checking magic.
Oh, he's looking for silvers.
Oh, the hint.
I don't think this is worth it.
If this is silvers, then it definitely is, but it's not.
It's not. So.
Okay, that was. I actually like that play. Because silvers are definitely a pretty massive time save.
Well, what do you think? What do you say? 30 seconds though, which is probably what that took. So I don't know. I was worried for I guess the Ganon drop isn't over there. I was worried for a second that he was going to drop in without having done Eastern. That would be bad. But
Oh, Maniacal has yet to get the Eastern Big Key. This is what this is.
okay,
I was like,
okay.
I don't know what he is doing, and I'm very confused.
Yeah, the
but
Eastern Big Key, that is an important item to get.
yes,
Unlike the Ice Palace Big Key, which I don't think we ever found, so we were completely out of logic finishing the seed. Actually, Barnage and Maniacal even more out of logic because they never found their lamp.
and there's that Eastern Big Key. So Maniacal in go mode, while Humbug is in Ice Palace, about to enter the Cold Stare fight and get their last crystal. Relkin heading towards Ice Palace as well.
Now there's some interesting routing here. We're going to take this Whirlpool over to Lake Hylia so we can get to... I'm not sure if this is faster than saving and quitting, but you would have... Even if you save and quit, you're running down, so it's a...
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. Eastern wasn't even in Mini Moldrum, it's over here. So yeah, for this location, this is definitely faster.
Okay. Yeah, at Mini Moldrum, I'm like, this play is insanely confusing.
Thank you, Ike here.
Oh, Mini Moldrum was something important.
I knew there was a dungeon there. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ike. You're absolutely was Mini Moldrum. At Thiestown, or Thiestown at Mini Moldrum. Okay, we got Humbo dropping down into the Ganon fight now.
Yep, while Maniacal in Eastern and Relkin in Ice. It's a very close race. Well, other than
yeah.
I was gonna say other than Barnage.
Yeah, well, you know, Relkin and Maniacal with their rematch, they're gonna have a really close finish. Yep. And even if Maniacal at this point probably realizes that, you know, I mean, he's very good at math, so he knows the math in terms of what Relkin and Humbug would have to do to win at this point, and he knows that unless he really screws up, that's not going to happen. So at this point, he just wants to beat Relkin.
Also, speaking of muscle memory, shoutouts to Maniacal getting the Igor small key when he already has 6 small keys.
That is a Retrance thing. Yeah, my goal in Retrance is to always end up with 0 small keys, and that's definitely not what happened for Maniacal here.
And sometimes, like, you can't help, like, how many small keys you end up with because you get a bunch thinking you're going to need them, and then all of a sudden you just find a bunch of things.
I don't think we bought hardly any small keys this seed.
A couple per runner?
Maybe? Yeah, I'm not even sure. Like, we definitely found some shops with the small keys, but just not a whole lot of buying of them. Oh, yeah, I hear Joy saying Relkin and Maniacal are buying several. Okay, yeah, Relkin finishing up Cold Stare, Maniacal finishing up Armos Knights, Humbug well into phase 4 of the Ganon fight. In fact, it's just finished with Ganon.
Yeah. So yeah, get your GGs in chat for Humbug as he's about to finish up here.
Yeah, official race time of 1:22:15.
Spoilers, Tracy, spoilers!
Yeah, I mean, he's crossing the bridge, come on. He's not falling off. I can tell he's not falling off by the times on there. But yeah, Humbug and Barnage just showing their teammates who the bosses on those teams. Yeah, never mind you all do well in SG Live, look at us. Okay, Maniacal running over to the Ganon fight. Relkin missing his duck ride.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
This is where, you know, the time save for getting the flute is. I still think it would have been faster to not get it, given that he has to do tile room to do it. But I mean, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna use it. You know.
Yep. And Maniacal entering the Ganon fight slightly ahead here.
Yeah, both have basically the exact same loadouts. Both have that tempered sword.
Yep, looks like a Maniacal setup here for the nice 1-1.
Maniacal has the blue mail. He's the teammate that got the blue mail, whereas Humbug was the teammate that got the blue mail on the other side.
Yep. Relkin, unless I missed something, having a 2-1, unfortunately. definitely 1-1 with the tempered sword. Not free. Not super difficult, but definitely not free.
Yeah, I always like to say the gold sword doesn't make it faster. It makes the 1-1 freer.
Yep.
Maniacal gets to phase 4 first. You're a bat-like man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has to be Hype Cave, because...
Could be.
Fix the hints.
Yeah, I know, right?
Make them better. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody in
the
chat
hints
is
are
telling us
better,
to
yeah.
Type Cave, but I'm going to continue saying we just don't know, because the hint is too vague.
Since we never found Hype Cave, we'll never be able to test it.
Maniac was setting up for a lot of triples here and missing a lot of them. Looks like Relkin actually finishing the fight slightly ahead.
Yeah, this is crazy close. It'd be more interesting if this wasn't co-op. It was just these two playing.
Right. Yeah, Relkin finishing with a 124.52 and Maniacal with a 124.55. So
GG's to all our runners. But yeah, that is going to be a win for Bottles and Empty. That I'm not going to do the math, but you know, when 3 runners finish together and 1 finishes way ahead, the team with the way ahead runner is the winner.
It's a roughly quick napkin math, about a 4-minute average difference.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Because it's a little over 10 minutes between Maniacal and Barnage, and so it's about a 119, and then it's about a 123 for Humbug and Relkin. So, and we are actually joined by Humbug and Relkin.
They're all getting
GG's.
in here. Yeah. Maniacal and Barnage on their way. Yeah, GG's guys.
Thanks, GG's.
I mean, the important part, Relkin, is you did beat Maniacal again.
Heckin'. Wow, that's what I come into? Jesus.
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
Tough crowd today, right? Tough crowd these past weeks. Nah. Huge GG's to Infinity and Pgog. Just great players, and we had to get pretty fortunate to have a chance in this one.
And I'd say you got pretty fortunate with Desert.
Well, I was gonna say, unfortunate you got.
At some point, Barnage was like, "Are we in go?" And I'm like, "Well, I have the pod big." He's like, "Find pod immediately and get the intel on it." And I got in. It was pendant, and I was like, "All right, well, I'm beating it, looking for the Eastern big key." And so we just were in Eastern big key go for a while.
And then you didn't beat it because you hadn't gotten your bow yet.
Yeah. I cleared.
Fine, because you didn't.
I cleared 13 items out of it.
Yeah, you sure did. got the useless ice rod, the useless powder. But yeah, I mean the big difference, like Bottles and Empty, you got to the Moon Pearl earlier, you got to the bow earlier, you got to the glove and mitts earlier. I mean, and Relkin and Humbug, you spent a lot of time in some pendant dungeons that just didn't have anything. Like Relkin, when you were in Swamp Palace, we're like, well, if Eastern Big Key's in here, then this is, you're a race to lose. But I don't think you got anything in there.
Oh, like that. Every pendant dungeon was completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of it.
It's not how you're supposed to.
It was all trash, and it was just unfortunate. Like, but this is entrance rando sometimes. Like the way that Barnage can have such a much better time than the rest of us is because you can make one decision, and that is going out desert front early.
Yep.
If you do that, you're good to go.
Well, my good time wasn't based on execution, that's for sure.
Well,
my heart was beating in my throat as soon as we started to get like close to go mode, because I was like, this is like as good a time as we've ever put up in co-op retrans. So if we're gonna win, it's gonna be off this time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that led to a lot of, I guess one major blunder and a lot of minor blunders along the way, which was the Ice Palace backtrack.
Yeah, we missed that you didn't get the switch. We're like, why is he doing the bomb jump here? I actually asked in general, did you did show him how to do icebreaker, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd already done icebreaker at that point. I just
Yeah.
I had to run all the way back through the dungeon, which I don't know if that's quicker or not. But I just started making a decision and just went with it. I think
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
I think
at
it's
that
pretty
point-
close.
Yeah, the worst thing to do is be indecisive. Just I think it's smart. Whether it's right or wrong, make a decision and go with it. But yeah, chat. There's 4 screens up here. We just can't follow everything, so it's like, okay, chat had to inform us that he what happened. So yeah,
The
none
two-
of you are in logic because that we never did find the Ice Palace big key.
So the 2 things I was majorly kicking myself over were that one, and then the freaking dark room in going back through the dark room to get to the mountain. Like I did it first, like I have a setup for it. I did it first try the first time, and then like almost died doing it the second time and had to burn my potion. And I have no idea what I was doing differently or what I even did differently.
Wait,
The time that I made it.
Dark room?
The
Death Mountain Descent?
Death Mountain Descent. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
kept falling. Like I've never made that. Like I've played a lot of entrance, and it has been like years since I have made that mistake.
That's a terrible. That's a terrible lampless cave.
So you just didn't know where it actually led. I assume.
Oh no. So I knew where it led, and I was trying to come back through it to get to the mountain at another point. Like I made it first try the first time I went through it.
Alright, gotcha.
And then the second time I went through it, I just kept falling in pits, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my setup that I normally do to get through it.
Yeah.
So it was just like, execution wise, I mean like other than that, it was pretty okay. But like those 2 big ones cost me probably like, I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 minutes.
You could have gone and gotten the flute out of Tile Room, as it turns out. Which, we weren't sure that was actually. I mean, for you, Humbug, the question was whether to activate it or not. And I figured, if you're in the area, activate it. We're a little surprised that Relkin went and got it when it was in Tile Room. And at that point, I think you all had found the Mire area already, which is about the only thing it opens up. But it's really nice to have. So.
Getting there, like we were in go mode. We needed decent big. We needed maybe something else as well. And glove, right? Glove, 2 of them. And Hype Cave was still somewhere. So entrances were still important.
We've been informed that's where the silvers were, by the way.
Yeah, but like, man, where else could it be but Hype Cave?
Yeah, that makes.
I have a guess.
Kappa. Yeah, so do I. But
it was a piece of heart.
Did y'all get it?
No.
Magic Bat was not the silvers.
No.
Yeah, we thought
we don't know where where Hype Cave is, but that was the reasoning behind both of us getting the flute. It's fast to travel to my area in case Hype Cave is there, because Hype Cave was still a thing. Also, Sahasrahla was still a thing. Where the hell is he?
Oh yeah, we never saw that either.
Sahasrahla was in Dark Ice Rod Cave. He was by Turtle Rock East.
It was seen by someone.
I got that when I was cleaning up a bunch of like Mit's entrances. I went through Hyrule Castle into Mire area and cleaned that up as well, and it was all garbage.
All right.
Yeah, those gloves were kind of dumb.
Kind of? They were really.
Okay, they were really dumb.
When we found them, we were just like, all right, well, with Moon Pearl where it was and both gloves where they were, like, that's deluxe dumb, and like that's our line to being competitive in this.
Hard required Ice Palace double dip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I'm beyond happy to get a split this week. I thought going into that we put a lot of practice and a lot of work into this mode, but I was like, I was talking to Michael this week. I just don't see a way we don't get O2'd. Like, I mean, Relkin and Humbug are some of the best entrance runners out there, and I'm like, on a team, it's rando. I mean, things can go your way, but like it didn't feel like it felt like a matchup. This matchup was probably like pretty far in your favor. So just like happy to get a win. It's gonna matter for playoffs and stuff. So
Might. We'll see. There's a lot of weeks left to play.
I mean, right
Yeah.
now you're both looking really strong for seeding on your teams, but yeah, like Maniacal says, there's still weeks to play and teams to beat, so nothing guaranteed at this point.
And Maniacal gets a vacation.
I do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am
this
not
time,
allowed
bro.
to run entrance rando unsupervised. I've been grounded, and so I can't play week 6. And I drew. So Barnage and I had to argue out who was doing Invrosia versus Swordless, and he baited me into the worst Invrosia seed of all time.
It was really bad.
Yeah, Relk and Humbug, how are you feeling about the rest of the season? You all playing? You all the entrance guys for Cross Keys coming up?
Yeah. Well,
Well, Swordless is next, but then
Yeah.
Swordless is next, and apparently I'm gonna do that. I have no idea how that's gonna go.
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah,
You doing Swordless?
yeah, we're,
Yeah, I'm
we're
doing-
both
I'm doing
doing
Swordless.
Swordless.
yeah. And then I am also doing. I'm apparently doing everything else. it turns out.
Yeah, you're
No,
doing
I'm-
every
I'm-
race like possible from here on out.
Yeah. It just happened. And I mean, I love my cross keys, so obviously I'm gonna do that.
So Will
then
gets a bit of a
myself-
break for a while, huh?
Honestly, I really love this mode. Co-op Retrance, I think, is just
It's really fun.
it's
Yeah.
a super
agreed.
fun and challenging way to play. And so, like I said, Barnard and I have been jamming a lot of work in it, both because we had an idea sort of what we were up against here and the hill we had to climb, and then also, like, it's just a really fun mode to jam. And so I hope it sticks around in League.
It is a playoff mode too, so there's still incentive to practice. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what the playoffs will bring? So yeah, it could be a rematch somewhere down the line.
yeah, plan for your dreams, not your fears. So
We shall see.
all right.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much else I wanted to say about this one, but just GG's. It's been a privilege to get to race Relkin 3 times in the past couple of weeks. A terrifying privilege, but a privilege. And to get to race Humbug and Will, whole team's awesome. Glad we got to jam some games.
Yeah, GG's guys.
Yeah, same to you. And also thanks to Tracy and Injembro for coming, and thanks to the trackers and the restreamers. And I assume chat had fun, so no thanks to chat. But, thanks to everyone else.
Yep. GG's, and this basically was a mirror of the other match that we had for this mode, because one of the racers was miles ahead of everyone else, and then it was still a sandwich after all that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. GG's to all of you, and Relkin, once again, congratulations on your SG Live win. That was really fun to watch in person. So
Thanks so
definitely want to
much.
shout that out. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for us. Over on SpeedGaming 4 right now, there may still, I mean, this one went pretty fast. They might still be going over there on SpeedGaming 4. We have OK Game versus Noble Foxes. That's 2C and Krellbell versus Hayfield Bay and Nobly. The next race from start to finish, we have at 9 o'clock on this channel. We have WJP DTB versus Missing Playoffs. So that'd be JP and Willard versus GFE and P-Train. So definitely want to tune in for that. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Real glad, Ninjembro, we got to do this commentary together.
Hopefully more in the future.
Absolutely. And huge shout outs to Ike here and Link Force for doing the tracking and keeping us honest and letting us know all the things that we missed, because we missed a lot.
Would have been impossible without them.
Absolutely impossible. Trackers, as always, are MVPs. And for the rest of you out there in chat land, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the next one.